I've got my son Rocco here. The kids are off of school today with a snow day. Hi, Rocco. I want this to be the example that you don't have to wait for perfect conditions to take action. All right. So why do you start things on fire and then lose the momentum? Why do you make commitments, set goals, set intentions, and say, this is going to be the year? And then you find yourself procrastinating, hesitating, self-sabotaging, and falling back off again. Well, I'll tell you exactly why. And it has nothing to do with your willpower, your discipline, or your motivation. And you're not lazy. You're not a bum. There's something much deeper at play here that I want to share with you on today's video. It's called the law of sustainment. Write this down and remember it. LOS, the law of sustainment. Because once you get this, everything else is going to make sense and you're going to start to learn how to make a shift permanently in your life. So in psychology, the law of sustainment states this: you can't sustain actions that conflict with the identity that you currently hold. Let me repeat this because this in and of itself is infinitely important. You cannot sustain actions that conflicts with your current identity that you hold. So what this really means is you can have bigger goals. You can want to go after your dream body, your dream relationship, your dream business, anything that you desire. But if your identity is still programmed to what it's been, you simply won't be able to sustain the actions required for who you want to be. Imagine a dog who wants to be a cat. That dog can try to climb shelves. It can try to quietly stalk around the house inconspicuously. But as soon as the doorbell rings, it's going to start barking its tail off. And it's going to start wagging its tail as soon as it sees you because it's a dog. It's just simply going to fall back in to the identity that it's always been. And it's not the dog's fault. It's not because it lacks discipline or motivation. It's because its identity is wired to be a dog. And this is exactly how humans work. So if you still identify as, this never works out for me, I always mess things up, I've never been disciplined, I'm not very confident in this, then no matter how hard you try to behave like you're competent, disciplined, and consistent, you simply will fall back to your old habits. In short, your identity will pull you right back to the version of you that you believe yourself to be. So imagine your identity is like a blueprint. Your entire life was built inside of this blueprint. But now you're trying to build something way outside of it, something that just doesn't fit into the blueprint. You're dreaming of things the old you just simply wasn't prepared and built for. And of course you can start, of course you can go after it, but the moment your actions require you to go beyond the identity that you currently believe in and have accepted for yourself, your brain slams on the brakes and says, wait a moment, this isn't us. And the self-sabotage kicks in like it's on autopilot. It tells you things like, this isn't you, you're not ready for this, who are you fooling, this feels stressful, this feels overwhelming, maybe later, let's scroll for a bit, relax guy, what are you doing, you don't need to change, we're safe here. And what ends up happening, right, you're trying to lose weight, but then your identity says, I'm not very good at fitness, or I can't eat healthy. You want to grow your business, but then your identity says, who's going to listen to you? Or you're not the kind of person that makes a lot of money. Who are you trying to fool here? Or you want to find love, but your identity says, who's going to want to be with me? Or you're too old, or you're too busy, or you're too late. So your mind protects your current identity, and it does this because it operates out of survival mode. If you try to change your identity, that is a threat to your survival. So ultimately, your mind is protecting your current identity by self-sabotaging the very actions that can actually lead to a next level identity. But it's doing that because it doesn't feel safe. And that's the very first thing we need to fix, actually. And perhaps the worst part of this whole thing is, have you ever noticed that you sabotage yourself right before the breakthrough occurs? Like right when you start losing weight, you fall off the wagon. Right when your business starts to gain traction and you start getting new results in, you stop being consistent. Right when someone amazing enters into your life, you say, this is too good to be true, and you pull back. This isn't because you're weak. This isn't because you're a loser or a bum. It's because of how you're programmed as a human being. We all run into this. Everyone's mind is trying to keep them safe. So anyone that goes after their next level is going to battle this. You can't out-action the wrong identity. If you're still operating from the old you, no amount of new habits will stick. No planner, no routine, no strategy, no workout plan, no course, no program, no affirmation. Literally nothing will last because you simply can't outwork an identity that doesn't believe it's worthy, capable, or safe to evolve. So what do you do then? You have to upgrade your identity first before taking any actions. That is the real key and secret to success. Until you do this work, you're just going to be spinning your wheels and wasting a lot of time and effort. I have spent years studying this stuff, psychology, neuroscience, human behavior, and spent the past decade coaching hundreds of people into transformations for themselves. And I've distilled everything I've learned down into 3 secrets that will help you shift your identity faster than ever before. These secrets that will finally help you let go of your old blueprint and create a brand new blueprint for yourself. And without the self-sabotaging battles that you face every day. If you want me to walk you through these 3 identity shifting secrets step by step, I've recorded a video that's incredibly powerful and transformative called The 3 Secrets to Finally Break Free from Procrastination and Self-Sabotage and Step into Your Next Evolution in 2026. Just click around this video and you can enter in your name and email address and I'll send that video your way. And if you're new to me, I'm Coach Tony Incasati and I'm a dad of 4 boys, as you can see my son Rocco here, and that's the rest of my family there. I'm a transformation coach, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm also the founder of Mind Body Evolution. And for nearly a decade, I've been helping parents, entrepreneurs, leaders, and impact makers just like you break free from lifelong patterns that have kept them stuck for years and in often cases decades. And not by pushing harder or forcing anything, but by shifting their identity that's been running the show. And I've personally seen hundreds of people overcome stress, overwhelm, self-sabotage, and procrastination and help them rise into clarity, confidence, consistency, and success. This isn't theory. This is real life transformation, and it's permanent. When you really transform yourself from the inside out, you'll never be the same again. You can't go back. But here's the part that most people don't realize. The more you delay in overcoming and healing this identity conflict, the deeper ingrained and reinforced that pattern becomes in your life. Every time you put off that project that you've been trying to do, it feels heavier the next week or next month you go to do it. Every time you avoid the decision, the fear grows stronger. Every time you self-sabotage, your confidence grows weaker. And what's worse yet is your procrastination isn't just stealing away your goals, it's literally stealing hours of your day. In fact, 3 hours on average, it is stealing from your day. And not just scrolling, but from the mental battle that you fight on a daily basis. The hesitation, the self-doubt, the back and forth self-dialogue, the guilt or the shame, the constant negotiating with yourself. The inner conflict that you're battling, it drains way more time, energy, and money than you realize actually. Let's just say your time is worth $50 an hour. Well, 3 hours a day, that's $150 a day. That's $1,000 a week. That's over $4,000 a month. And that's over $50,000 a year of fighting an internal invisible battle. It's stealing away your time, your momentum, your confidence, and your dreams. So by doing this work, it's one of the most valuable investments you can do. That's why I do it. Because when you shift this, it changes your life forever. I'm living proof of it. My clients are living proof of it. My kids are living proof of this. I teach them elements of this as we keep going. It's so powerful. But here's the very unfortunate truth. If you don't change who you're being, nothing you do will ever produce the life that you want. That is the sad truth. And that's what most people are running into, especially at the change of a new year. They're excited to change. They're motivated. And then 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks goes by and they fall off. If you can focus in on changing your identity, even if it takes you a few weeks to do it, would that not be worth your investment and the effort? Like, this will change the game for you. So 2026 could be the year that changes everything for you. Or it could just be another year that looks exactly like the past 5 years have looked for you. It's really your choice. This is your moment. Not next week, not in January, right now. So click the link wherever you see it, register, put your name and email in, and I'll send you that video. And let me help you usher in the identity shift that changes everything for you. It only takes a second to register, and that second could be the most valuable second that you've ever had. I'll see you inside the next video. All right, Rocco, say goodbye.